From Las Vegas, it's Let's Talk News Now with Rick and Ella.
Good morning, Las Vegas. It's time to grab a cup of coffee and join us here around the coffee clutch.
You need more coffee.
Along with myself, Rick Singer, Ella, Valerie, and Kim. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning, Rick.
I'll tell you, it's a somber time around the country as we're thinking about what's gone on in Aurora, Colorado. I don't know where everybody else was, but I think it's going to be one of those moments in history like 9/11, like Columbine, where you're going to forever remember exactly where you were when you heard about it. Where were you when you heard?
In bed. But weirdly enough, we had the variety showcase the night before, and two people from there were actually going to the midnight at the Santa Fe. And so I immediately thought about them, and they're like, "It's Batman." And I'm thinking, "What is it? Where is it? Is it Vegas?" And then I saw it was Colorado. So it was just next morning.
Yeah, it was interesting because you're right. There were a couple people that had left our show that night that were on their way to it and going to go catch the midnight show. I don't know. Yourself, Valerie, anything in particular?
No, I was on my way out the door.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Well, first of all, I was on Facebook, then I was on my way out the door. But no, I did hear about it, yes.
And Kim, I know you do an early show.
I woke up to the news, actually, and I just thought, people go to the movies to get away from things like that and get away from some of the troubles in the world. And
yeah, and to bring it right, my immediate response was it was not like Columbine. I just thought it was actually so much more perverse. I think that the whole thing has become much more perverse. I mean, the guy was in court with the red hair. I'm not even going to get dignified.
Well, he's obviously wanting to get the attention of the media, which is, I think it's great that his name wasn't mentioned. I think it was the gentleman that was speaking about him. He was like, I'm not going to mention his name. He got great cheers.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I don't like even acknowledging people that try and gain attention in such I call it such a perverse manner.
Right.
It really is.
Just run around naked or something. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you need to go do something like that that's going to hurt so many people, even indirectly.
So, a different spin in your mind? Less comfortable going to a theater now? Being in environments where it's open to the public, but yet there's a lot of people confined in a specific space?
I think if we stop doing that, then we're doing exactly what people like that, terrorists, intend for us to do, which is to be afraid to do anything. Alex, our assistant producer here, went to the movies. He saw that movie after it happened, and he said there was police presence there, but people still went. Not to take away from the lives, that were taken. And this guy, in my mind, death penalty, the end. That's my answer for what he should get.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But, people like that want us to stop our way of life and be afraid. I just wish that, I don't know the Colorado gun laws, but I wish somebody in there had a firearm and could stop him before he did the damage he did.
Yeah, that's interesting because
for the greater good.
Yeah, for the greater good. It is. It's bringing up the whole controversy again about gun laws, and
I'm all for CCW and the right to carry.
I think that people should have the right to carry. I do. Yeah, I do. I believe it.
Don't give her a weapon.
No, I think people should have the. I mean, it's a private bill of rights. It is not even a question on whether or not you should be allowed to carry a firearm or not, or should not be a question. Sometimes, the only thing that I think that comes up is not the right to bear arms or to carry arms, but it's the process.
Right.
Now this is where the big feud begins.
Well, how was he able to buy so many rounds? I mean, how many rounds did he have? 16,000 rounds? He had a lot of rounds.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
That during time.
That should raise some flags.
It was premeditated, so I'm pretty sure
that was well.
He collected those bullets.
Yeah.
But also, what was going on in his head? What could drive somebody to do something that way? Obviously, it wasn't a crime of passion unless it was, and he was somebody that is patient enough to plan it. But what was going through his head, and how do you tell? How do you know about somebody like that? And that's the scary part, because
there's going to be a lot of questions that people are going to start asking themselves again, and I think they should. And I think they should revisit these questions, such as whether it's not a right to carry arms, whether they should be registered or not, whether or not there needs to be waiting periods, whether or not being able to purchase guns, firearms, and ammunition through mail order, which is not a very secured system of doing that.
People say guns cause violence. That's like saying the spoon made you fat. No, it did not.
I like that.
We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back right after this.